My, what's this? Yes, that's right. I am back. It's been like 2 fucking months, but who cares? It's been 3 months actually, right? No, it's been 2 months, right? Hang on. What is it from May? I don't know, when was my last stream? Yeah, it's been over 2 months. I can already tell, because yeah, May to August, just nothing out of me. Yeah, I know, I'm sorry. But I can now speak about where I was, because, sometimes you don't really want to share that. Um, so, where was I all this time? Well, I was in Japan. I was doing an internship in Tokyo. That's right. Hence why the jokes kind of write themselves here about the stream title and everything. And I figure for a nice kind of calm return stream, I would go through some of the pictures. And now be aware, I did several times over the past few weeks kind of go through these and make sure that there's like my face isn't accidentally in any of them. Like it's not reflecting off any glass, not also no feet because there were a few pictures of me on a beach and so yeah, no feet. You're not getting any feet. But yeah, today's just going to be a chill stream, probably not even really over an hour, but we're just going to go through my pictures. I can talk about my trip. What was that? I think it was just like a weird noise that came out of me. I don't know. I don't know. Did you hear that? Yeah, whatever. Also, yes, I have messed around with my mic settings because there's no two streams can I sound the same. But yeah, it's been difficult kind of readjusting to things. So yeah, hang on. Actually, I'm gonna pull up some music. I don't want anything too like exciting because there are a few videos in here. But let's see. I was using some Xenoblade music just to make sure everything works. Hang on. Ambient Xenoblade ambient music. Yeah. Could you hear that? My stomach just growled like crazy. Sorry. All right, let's see. A long night in Xenoblade, relaxing me. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm going to turn that down so it doesn't distract me too much. Hi, can you hear that? You should be able to hear that. Anyway, let's get right into things. So, for starters, this is a picture from the top of skyscraper. I'm sorry about the resolution. I couldn't figure out how to export a like I wanted the slideshow to be like an actual slideshow like program so it'd be easier to broadcast without me accidentally like doxing my tabs or anything. So, this is it is not a pretty workaround, but it is a workaround. So, just gonna have to deal with it, I guess. I'm sorry. But yes, this is the top of the what is it again? It's the Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building. Yeah, where there's like a big skyscraper that you can go up. It's cool. It's cool. I think it's cool. Get a nice view of the place. Should be a few more. Yeah, you see that big patch of grass over there? That's Meiji, or those are trees, not grass. God damn. But that's Meiji Shrine, which is this giant shrine. I think I have a few pictures later on of it, where it's just a massive place. The trails into it are like half a mile long, so it took forever for me to get through. But it's cool to look at. Oh yeah, here's the bottom of it. I took this picture. I cannot for the life of me find it anymore, and I don't think you really have a great view of it either. But I took this picture because somewhere on this thing there is a because this is like a big tourist board. Like, oh, you can go here and you can oh shit. Sorry, I think I just boosted the resolution, or didn't mean to do that. Or maybe not, actually. I don't know. I didn't really experiment with this program that much, so I apologize for that. But one of these is like the flag of North Korea, and there's a bunch of stickers next to it. I think it's that one top right of China, which is the one next to Italy. I don't know. There's a lot of places, and a shocking amount from places that you wouldn't expect. Oh yeah, here's a pole from Meiji Shrine. That's a clove hitch. I sent that to my dad because I didn't expect to see that here. Alright, here's Shibuya Crossing. I gotta admit, I went through here way more than I thought I did, just like on my route to different places, because there was not a single day where I stayed indoors. I went out and did things literally every day for 6 weeks, which is, to me, being someone who has, for weeks at a time, basically not gone anywhere, a massive fucking deal. Like, I've been all over the place in Tokyo. I'll probably show it a little later, but I was in Akihabara so goddamn much. Anyway. Oh yeah! Celebration time! Yay! I noticed this from some of the shorts that I had scheduled to upload while I was gone, but 2 of these actually reached 1K views. You cannot see those at all. I am so sorry. Those are really hard to make out. But those are my tequila and my toilet humor shorts from the Enna stream, where they both reached over 1K views. And I know they're shorts, so it's not quite the same, but hey, it's good to me. It's important to me, okay? But yeah, I just wanted to point that out, kind of celebrate it a little, because I wasn't paying too much attention, and I didn't really want to talk about content too much while I was over there working, quote-unquote. It wasn't, like, I'm not going to complain about it too much, because they provided me a lot of opportunities that I otherwise wouldn't have had, but the day-to-day wasn't exactly the most exciting thing in the world, which, I mean, it's an internship. I was kind of working... I really was just working, like, the Japanese 9-to-5 experience. God, those trains. Can I talk about that right now? I'm going to talk about that right now, because I don't have any pictures relating to it. Except for one that's way later, but that's not important. Probably the biggest thing that surprised me about Tokyo is the fact that I had this big, like, orientation about how busy the trains are, and they're like, oh, 100% capacity is everyone is in a seat and people are now standing. Okay, so that's, like, they told me that that's kind of how it usually is in, like, the Tokyo trains. So I wake up one day really early on, like my second day there. I go to do things, like I go to plan out my route, like my commute to my job, because I want to make sure I'm not late on my first day. And so I decide to go there around the time when I would be expected to be there. My orientation fucking lied. I have, on several occasions, been on a train that was so packed that literally not enough people could get on at stations. Like, and there was one instance where a bus was so packed that nobody could get on. And, like, no one is getting off. Everyone's going to the same fucking stations. Like, they're going to Shinjuku so they can transfer to a JR line so they can go to where they need to go. Or Toyo Edo. I took the Toyo Edo from Shinjuku. I'm not going to say where I went into Shinjuku, but I took the Toyo Edo a lot. Alright. I think that's enough ranting for now. I do not have enough formulated thoughts to rant about things right now. Oh, shit. I forgot I had this in here. This is a... Okay. So I'm just going to be upfront about this because I made a tweet about it that I later deleted. Blue Archive is on Steam now, and while I don't talk about it much, I do have a max level account. Like, on computer, or on my phone. And I was at the Ami Ami figure tower. Yes, the one that Ninamai Inanis has a collab, like a big collaboration agreement with. And I saw this, and I'm like, well, I'm in Japan around this time. I should, like, if I see this, I should buy this, because Hibiki is, like, my favorite character. And so, or, like, specifically Cheer Hibiki in terms of aesthetic. She's very cute, and funny. But I went there basically every weekend throughout June, and it was never there. It was never there at all. Eventually it released, but only on, like, the website, which I don't know why this thing would be on the, like, why is it in the store if they're not going to stop? I'm getting way too mad. Anyway, this is here because if I ever get big enough where I think making a throne is reasonable, this is going to be like the only thing on there next to like fucking Gunpla models, because I bought a few of those. I'll talk about those later, actually. That was cool. All right, here's Asakusa. Next to Akihabara, Asakusa is maybe my favorite place in Tokyo. And Asakusa is a lot more touristy. So, like, while my weeb self gets a lot out of it, my parents, who actually visited me while I was there, like at the end of my internship, and I flew back with them, my parents got a lot more out of Asakusa. And Asakusa is very cool. It's got a lot... It's the closest, I would say, to Kyoto in Tokyo, in terms of, like, having a bunch of... How should I put this? Having a bunch of traditional style places. And I just thought that was really cool to experience. Oh yeah, here's a raven that I saw. Or was it a crow? I don't know. These guys were just kind of around. They were like pigeons, which is weird because they also had pigeons. What is this? Oh shit, I know what this one is. We can't show that.
My ancestors are smiling on me, Imperial.
Why did I leave this in here?
Can you say the same?
Okay, so I don't actually remember why I left that in here, but I'm gonna pause the fucking music. Fucking pause the music. Okay. So, do I want to just say this? I'm just gonna say it. I took the bath at my place, which I had like a small apartment. The bath had a really nice echo, and so I recorded myself doing the Skyrim thing.
My ancestors are smiling on me, Imperial. Can you say the same?
You know, what's ironic is that outside of the sibilances, that's probably better than my mic right now, which makes me sad. Anyway, how do I go on to the next slide? Oh yeah, here's the giant unicorn Gundam in Odaiba, which we'll see it a little later, but I went to see this specifically several times. Like, not even really go into the fucking place, but just looking at the unicorn Gundam. Like, look at this thing. This thing is so fucking cool. I'm swearing way too much, but this thing is so cool. Oh yeah, here's inside the Gundam base, because I went in there. And fun fact, at this point, I have not seen any Gundam yet. I have not watched any piece of Gundam, like, show outside of the first episode of Unicorn. And that's only really parts, which is why Unicorn is so special to me. Oh yeah, here's, while I was in Tokyo, there was it was like the Good Smile Fest. Like, Smile Fest, yeah, that's it. And so there was, and like Good Smile is the figure making company. So they had a big like kind of convention. You could go around, see some of the future products. And this was right outside of it. And I took a picture of this because, believe it or not, what was it again? Saitom, yeah. Saitom, who is the main artist, like the main character artist for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, is like one of the main artists they have for the Good Smile racing team. And yes, Good Smile does have a racing team. That is I believe it's an Audi. I forget what it is, but no, it's not an Audi. It's, fuck, this is my only picture. But yeah, Good Smile, the figure making company, has a racing team where they put Hatsune Miku on a... God damn it, what is this car? Good Smile... Yeah, Good Smile Racing. A Super GT, but what is that? Like, it is entirely just blanking on me here. A GT 300 class, so... Yeah, but they have a racing team, so that would be the equivalent of Crunchyroll having an F1 team, or no, a NASCAR team. Yeah, that's a lot better actually. But yeah, I thought that was cool, and since I am a car guy in passing. I decided to take a picture of it. Okay, here's more Asakusa pictures. This is right outside the big temple there. Yay! I completely forgot about where I put this one. But yeah, we reached 40 subscribers, which is a very big milestone for me. What's funny is that, like, a full 10 of those are just from those shorts that I uploaded while I was gone. So, thank you very much for sticking with me. I hope my absence didn't lead to you being unengaged. Or I hope I didn't Rin Penrose myself and lock myself into only having shorts fans and not like anyone else. I'm going to turn the music back on. Things are getting awkward. Oh yeah, so here's the Imperial Palace. I didn't know that you have to have a like reservation to go into the deeper like temple or no, like the gardens part. So I just kind of walked around the open area. Here's some bridges. Here's one of the reception areas. Like the touristy reception areas. There's a swan. Alright, here's it's like a swamp meet that I went to. I didn't really do anything there. I did get a cheesesteak from there, though. That was actually pretty good. I don't know if the picture's in here, but yeah, I tried a lot of food. Like, my main goal was to try, like, ethnic food from non-Japanese places while I was here. And the cheesesteak, yes, the cheesesteak counted as the American one. And, I mean, a lot of it was actually pretty familiar. The weirdest one was maybe Chinese, where, like, I don't know, even foods that I had assumed were like staple Chinese, like non-Americanized Chinese foods weren't really there. Like, I went to this chain Chinese restaurant, no beef. There was no beef at all there. And I thought that was absurd because, like, my favorite food of all time is beef and broccoli, which is a Chinese dish. So that kind of threw me off, but whatever. All right, so here's more stuff. All right, this is near, like, it's actually not in, it's not in, what is it, Kanto? Like like Tokyo proper, it's actually in Saitama. But it is the largest mall in Tokyo and possibly Japan. And these are pictures from, like, a few blocks down, because I wanted to take some pictures of the river. There's a fish. It's a cool fish. Alright, here's some pictures from the balcony of the lake that's near it. I didn't really take any good pictures inside the place. Yeah, here's a duck. And here's some stuff from my way back, because it was like, it took me like 3 hours to get there by train, and I had to walk through a little temple area to get to it. Oh, shit! Here's, it's Ichiran Ramen. This place is so good. This place is so fucking good. It is like the only food picture that's here, but Ichiran, and they have a few locations in the US, so I don't feel too bad about it. Or about comparing it to the US, but like, the weird thing about Ichiran is the fact that in the US, it's like 3 times as expensive. Like, this plus an almond pudding was like $12, which is an absurd amount compared to how it is in the US, where just the bowl of ramen is like $25. And, like, even for that price, this is maybe the best ramen I've ever had. It's so good. It's so good. Ah. Alright, so here's some pictures from, where was this? It's not Odaiba proper, but it is kind of in the area, because I went to one of those Team Labs places. Like, Team Labs planets. And this is just kind of the area. Oh yeah, here's... Oh, this isn't from that day. This is from a different day. Same area, though. Oh, right. This is when I checked out the Team Labs area before I went. And there's this neat little mall that's by it, where it's, like, built kind of old-fashioned style. So, like, yeah, feudal style. So it looks like a bunch of... Man, I forgot I didn't have chat pulled up. But it looks like a bunch of different stuff. Or it looks like old-fashioned. And they had a bunch of, like, little food stalls around. It was cool. It's technically a mall, but it's more like a food market, really. All right, here's just some pictures from the way back. I don't know why I took these. Oh, right, here's the pace flag. This is maybe one of the only Akihabara pictures that I have. I took this picture because I thought it was funny. Like, I didn't know what pace meant, but I thought the rainbow flag plus pace was just funny. And I only did some research yesterday into what it is. This is actually not a gay flag. This is nothing to do with like this is nothing to do with pride or anything like that, as the colors have or like rainbow flags have turned into. This is actually an anti-nuclear protest flag. And pace, that's not pace, that's pace, which is Italian for peace. Which I didn't know that at all. So, turns out I learned something from Akihabara. And it's not that anime titties are... oh god. Oh god, I have to talk about this. And I need a clear head for this. So, when I was in Akihabara, you know how they have like those maid cafes and such? And they have a bunch of girls like advertising it. Like, yeah, they have a bunch of girls advertising maid cafes. And okay, that's not the weirdest thing in the world, but they just kind of try to solicit you into coming in because they're trying to drum up business. And one day when I was walking around Akihabara, one of them was oddly persistent. And it wasn't like a maid cafe. It was actually like a hang on, I need to look up what it's called again. Yeah, it was a Jirai K cafe of some sort. So they looked like hang on, I needed to pull up a visual of this style. Is there a drawing that I can do? I don't really want to pull up someone specific. Uh Actually, no, that's not right. But look it up yourself. Look it up yourself. Jirai K. But one of the Jirai K cafe solicitors was oddly persistent, and they did this thing where they like stuck their hand out with a flyer because they want to give me a flyer so I know what they're talking about, or so I know where they're trying to get me to go. And oh god, dude, she whimpered when I didn't take it and just walked by. And I'm just gonna be upfront with you. It got bad. It got really bad. I was so. That is the closest I have been in years to actually listening to a street solicitor. And oh, I just. That made it very clear to me that I am a weak man. Let it be known to all who will listen that my restraint is not by nature. That it just got, it was so close. Oh god, that was, I externally I was fine, but internally I was a mess. God, that was. And let it also be known that that kind of fashion, I know that it's like landmine girl, but that is my weakness. I am a weak man. Let all who listen understand. Uh, Hang on, I have some more talking notes. I want to see if I had anything more to say. Uh, I don't even understand what any of this stuff is about. The hell is any of this about? Okay, there's got to be like a point where okay, so this is definitely before anything. This is definitely before I left. Whatever. I don't really think I have any more notes to say at the moment. Oh shit, here's another photo. Yeah, this one's not all that special. I don't know how this even really got in here, but this place actually kind of weirded me out because it, like, okay, it's Korean fried chicken, but it's from a place that had like, it had a name that made me think it was vegan, like it was vegan fried chicken, but I don't think it was, and it just weirded me out. I don't really know how this got in here. I'm sorry. Yeah, here's a cool picture of a dragon. Oh, right, this is from when I actually went to. Yeah, like there's the Team Labs place. All right. I don't really think any of these are all that good. These are just like pictures from a mall around there. Why did I take these pictures? Oh, right. This is from my night in Odaiba, where I really didn't do anything. It was just after I went to Team Labs. It was late, so I went around here. Yeah, here's the Tokyo Big site. Here's a big saw. And I have things to say about the saw, but I'll let my past self speak for me. Another picture of the big site. It's a very neat building. I don't really know how they built it, but it's a neat building. That's the saw I used to saw on your nut. Fuck it, whatever. Shut up. Yeah, so the saw kind of inspired me to, and the fact that I was pretty much alone out there inspired me to take a few videos, and I really just fumbled a joke so bad I kept trying to do it over. That's the saw I used to saw on your nut. Fuck. Like, okay. Behold, this saw I used to con your nuts. Yeah, like, con my nuts. What did I mean by that? Behold, this saw. This is really annoying. I'm gonna saw. Yeah, there I just gave up immediately. I'm gonna saw your fucking nuts off. That's the joke. Yeah. I grew increasingly frustrated with my own joke. That's more pictures of the big site. What's this? It is quite the site. Yeah, I think I got cocky with taking videos because that one's not even like. It is quite the site. Possibly funny. Yeah, here's photos from this other time that I went to the Unicorn Gundam, which is the closing ceremony for it. So it did a bunch of lights. I didn't get the video for it. Oh well. But yeah, I have a video, like there are videos online, but I have a video of like the whole closing ceremony. It's really cool, but it's like 6 minutes long, so I didn't have the Google Drive space for it. That's here's pictures from around Tokyo Tower. That's Tokyo Tower in the background there. Yeah, this is a shrine just around there. I went to a lot of shrines and castles. You'll see those later. Oh, yeah, here's the Ludens, which is the Kojima Productions mascot. Which I actually went to the Kojima Productions, like the office building where their main offices are, like twice. And this picture is the only picture that I have of it because I took this picture on the day that Death Stranding 2 came out. Because I thought there may be some, like, I don't know, some deals around it. But no, not really. There were in the city, though. So if I had wanted to do, like, if I'd done a moment of research, I probably could have actually learned about that instead. But oh well. Oh yeah, here's Tenden Tenya, which is a very good place. Oh no, this isn't Tenya. This is a different place. But I had a lot of tempura because shrimp tempura is like one of my favorite foods. And this stuff was so good. They give you a lot of cabbage, I've noticed. It's like one of the few vegetables that they consistently give you that's not like pickled or anything. Which, I mean, pickled vegetables are fine. But I don't know why I took that picture. I think it was just a bakery in the area that I wanted to go to. All right, there's a picture of Mount Fuji that I took. It's way in the distance, but you can kind of see it. You can barely make it out. There's a picture of I'm in Asakusa, but that's what is it? Skytree? Yeah, I think it's Skytree. Skytree. These are just kind of the waters around Asakusa. Yeah, I'm telling you, I walked all over Asakusa. Like these are like this isn't even in the area anymore. Oh, here's the what is it? It's the stairs from Your Name. Yeah, the movie Your Name, which on Google Maps they're literally called the Your Name stairs because people keep going to it to take pictures of the stairs from Your Name. Like all these people they are here because these are the stairs from Your Name. They're the Your Name stairs. Look it up. I'm serious. There's a picture of Hachiko. There's a hotel. I took a picture of that because that's where my parents were staying, but then that ended up not even being the correct hotel. Right area and actually right chain, just not the right hotel. There's a picture of a frog I took during my short trip to a beach, which I didn't realize would take me all the way out into Yokohama. Here's the beach. Notice how there's not many people sunbathing. A lot of people are actually like in the water. Yeah, they don't like the sun very much. They don't like getting tan. More pictures around there. Took like a full panorama. There's a picture of a bird. Picture of a cool stick. Picture of a jacket that washed up. It's like a winter jacket. So if you lost your jacket on the Pacific in the winter, then it's probably yours. Go ahead and pick it up. Here's some pictures from like the temples in the area, which I walked a lot that day. I walked like 5 miles. I don't know why I did that. I think it's just my refusal to get on another train. But yeah, I really toured around there. Saw a lot of neat sights, saw a lot of koi, saw a big Buddha. Not many really good pictures, but there was a watermelon offering. That was pretty fun. Oh, I actually, with my internship, I took a trip to Wakayama, which that was pretty cool. I'm going to turn the music back on. This is getting awkward. Hang on, where's my chat overlay? Here it is. All right. But yeah, this is Wakayama Castle, actually. The hell is that? Oh, that's, I don't think you can hear that. Yeah, that's iTunes. Because I have the Apple phone to do the face tracking. Yeah, but this is Wakayama Castle. These are some of the piers around the area. There's a silverfish, I think. I don't know, it's like a sea cockroach. More just kind of the morning around Wakayama. Oh yeah, because this is the first place that I experienced it. I need to tell you about the glory that is the onsens in Japan. I have been thoroughly onsen pilled because these things are so fucking nice. Like, you gotta get over being just like completely naked in a relatively public area. But like, dude, the onsens are so nice. I would take one at night and like even outside the onsens, I've been taking so many baths, it's absurd. Like the baths there are just they're so good. Like I'm gonna miss not having a bath at my apartment because these things are so nice. But yeah, the onsens are like I would take one at night and then I would get up in the morning and then take another because they're just so relaxing. Like after a long day, just getting in the onsen and it just melts all your worries away. Ah. Unironically, I think the onsen may be the thing that I miss most about Japan. Like the onsen and baths, those are just what I miss the most. And I know it's a picture of a stray cat that I took, but I was staying at an onsen. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. After my Wakayama trip, I split off and went to Osaka, where I went to the Osaka Expo. And that was a really cool experience. It was neat to go around the different places. Like, here's some fish. Here's kind of the constructions you'll see in a lot of the promo videos. Here's, and I thought this was neat, the Philippine stand is right next to the United States stand, which, I'll talk about it now. I went on the 4th of July, just kind of a big coincidence that my trip was around that time. And so I thought, oh, there may be something cool at the United States stand, because, like, what better place to celebrate the 4th of July in Japan than at a World Expo United States stand? It was closed. The United States stand was closed on 4th of July. Who the fuck closes the United States stand on 4th of July? That's like the one day a year where people are more tolerant of like US exceptionalism bullshit. And they're closed. They're fucking closed on the 4th of July. I was so mad. And like the Philippine stand being right there set me off. Like, that was a close comfort. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to do the Southeast Asian circuit. So I did. And I tried, at least, because, like, going through some of these, the lines plus going through it was so long that, like, and I don't think I took any pictures of it that are in here, at least, but I went to the Korea one, and the line for that was so long, and getting through it took so long that by the time I got out, Indonesia was closed. So I managed to get into Thailand, and I did Philippines, Malaysia, Vietnam. There wasn't really much. I got a glimpse through the doors. It was a very small stand. But Thailand's was massive, and that was actually really cool. It was pretty much them just gloating about how good their food is, which was, like, very deserved, because Thai food is amazing. But yeah, Philippines was cool. Took a bunch of pictures. It was very textile based, which I think that's a neat way to show off kind of a local artisan, with a local artisan deal. But yeah. Oh no, the United States, it wasn't closed. It was rented out. So, like, there was a private party going on there. So I was just stuck at the Philippines. And yes, I did take a picture of the Gundam, which, yeah. I bought the Gundam model kit for this. I have the main Gundam built already. I just need to put the wings together. So yeah, I bought an RX-78 and a Unicorn Gundam. And fun fact, it was around this time that I had started watching the actual show, like all the way back at 079, like the original series. I'd actually finished it by this point, so I was on to Zeta, which I still haven't finished. Teehee. But yeah, here's some pictures of it. Took a lot of pictures of the Unicorn. But yeah, here's an AI assistant at the Lawsons that was there. That was pretty cool. Then here's just the streets in Osaka. I spent the next day at Osaka for the most part. Here's like the big like restaurant district. There's not much to do in Japan in the early mornings, which, as someone who wakes up at 4 in the morning, at least recently, that meant that I could walk around places that were typically packed and there was just like nothing there. Like, nothing to do, but there's also no one to block you. So I got to walk around quite a bit. Here's pictures I took of Osaka Castle. I mean, it's Osaka Castle. It's very grand. There's a lot of stuff about... Who was it again? Toyotomi Hideyoshi? Yeah. So that was cool. Oh shit, there's my foot. Yeah, it was in a different picture already. Yeah, here's the view from it. There's some places that I didn't really bother going into because I would needed to be somewhere else. Where was that somewhere else? Kyoto. Because the train from Osaka to Kyoto is only 40 minutes. And even though I was going there with my parents later, I wanted to surprise them by buying a kimono. Yeah, I went on kind of a journey to buy a kimono. And I like the most money that I spent in one purchase is in a kimono shop because it was like I wanted to get a full set and I did. I actually got both a yukata and a kimono. So that's cool. I'm not going to show any pictures of it because that would require me showing pictures of myself. But yeah, I bought some stuff. Also, I'm going back to Osaka Castle for a moment because I do want to complain about an aspect of Japan that I didn't really consider before. Um, when you are a solo traveler, getting stuck behind tour groups is the worst thing in the world. And I know this is going to come off as one thing, and I promise it's not. I just need to get it off my chest because dude, Chinese tour groups are so big and move so slow that I actively avoid. Like, I actively I sped up just to avoid getting caught behind them. Chinese tour groups are so annoying to get caught behind. Like, I'm sorry, but you get caught behind enough of them, then that's how it is. But yeah, here's pictures of my room. I don't know why I took these. Oh yeah, here's a toilet. Believe it or not, the toilets in Japan are really nice. They impressed my dad to the point where he is this Friday getting a outlet installed in his bathroom so we can install a Japanese bidet. Here's the bath. Look at how big that bath is. I tell you what, getting like getting a Dr. Pepper or getting a soda and an ice cream and sitting in a bath is the nicest thing in the world. It's so relaxing, and just sitting there browsing on your phone doing that, it is so relaxing that I actively despise the fact that I can't do it anymore. Yeah, it's just so nice. You from my room is the Clio court because I forgot that this happened while I was in Japan. Cleo I forget how you pronounce her name, but Cleo joined Phase Connect as a Phase Invader, which honestly I probably should have predicted. I don't really talk about VTuber stuff that I watch that much, do I? But yeah, Cleo has been I've been watching a lot of Cleo stuff recently, and yeah, I say that kind of melancholic because how should I put this? Cleo seems so fun to be around, and at least what she preaches is like she makes me think that I have a chance at happiness, like relationship happiness, because I'm not exactly the most social guy in the world. I don't really have that many friends, so I don't know. Hearing someone like her talk about things, it makes me think I have a chance at happiness. So, man, that got really sad all of a sudden. I'm sorry, I'll move on now. Right, this is just kind of more Osaka stuff. Walked around, like, believe it or not, all of the really neat things to do in Osaka are kind of in the same area. Outside of Universal Studios, which if I had not gone to Kyoto that day, I probably would have gone there instead. Why? Disney or no, not Disney. Disney's in Tokyo. Mario. So yeah, that's the wrong way. Oh yeah, and here's a burger that I had. That's like basil aioli dip that I got. This is a Wagyu burger actually, which me and my dad have had this conversation, and on stream I've had this conversation. There is no fucking point to Wagyu burgers. I will admit this was a very good burger, but I still hold that there's no real point to Wagyu burgers at all. There's no point to there being an upcharge for something where the main point of it is the marbling when you grind it up. Burger meat is ground meat. That negates That negates the marbling. There's no fucking point to it. It was a very delicious burger, but I maintain that there was no point to it. Oh yeah, here's the drunken clam. Believe it or not, there was a Family Guy themed bar in Osaka that I passed. That was pretty cool. Oh, right, here's the second half of my trip. So I was only in Osaka for 2 nights. After that, I decided I wanted to try somewhere that most tourists probably haven't been to. For a very specific reason, I chose Nagasaki. Not Nagasaki proper, but actually, what was it again? It was someplace east of it. It was Obama, right? Which, yes, there was a place in Tokyo, or there was a place in Japan called Obama. Yes, I'm pretty sure every joke that has been made has already been made. Yeah, that was an experience because I got fucking trapped at a train station because I forgot to pick up my Kyushu pass, like my JR Kyushu tram pass. Yeah, this is the place where I got stuck at. I got stuck. Look at this fucking shit. Look at this thing. This is the station I got trapped at. And you want to know what the worst part is? I ran out of money on my Suica card. Luckily, there's a Family Mart right there that I could go in and add money to, but like I got trapped at a rural train station for like 45 minutes. And then there was no easy way to get to a station that actually had the things that like could give me my JR pass. So I just had to. I was trapped on rural trains for 3 hours. So I want you to be understanding when I say that I think it is very optimistic for this kind of infrastructure to work in a rural environment. Like, I'm glad it's there, but holy shit, if you have a car, that's probably just better. Like, really. It was a neat experience, but I would not do it again of my own volition. But yeah, here's some pictures from the hotel that I stayed at. Here's a very bad panoramic. And yes, my hotel here was also an onsen. Which, dude, that was so nice. And here's some pictures on the bus that I got. Because it was a very long bus ride. It was like an hour and a half. I spent like $50 on train fare or bus fare here. Oh shit. What? Oh, we're at the end. Oh no. I took all of them out. Anyway, I gotta talk about this real quick because I guess I didn't take any of my visual aid, or I didn't add any of my visual aids for this. This castle is a castle related to something that I have been fascinated with for a very long time. And it is the reason why I didn't really stay in Nagasaki proper. This is Shimabara Castle. If the name sounds familiar to you, that is because Shimabara is the name of a rebellion that is 2 things that are very important to not just world, but also Japanese history. Or I guess it should be the other way around. You get it, though. The Shimabara Rebellion is both the largest peasant revolt in Japan and the largest Christian revolt in Japan. And it is directly attributed, as I learned within this place, that it is directly attributed for being the reason why both Christianity was pushed out and Japan was pushed into isolation. Because it was so bad that it resulted in being actively prosecuting Christians. And I think that the idea that despite the wider geopolitics within Christian European expansion at the time, the idea that what could be considered to represent a wider imperialistic force being actively persecuted is just such a fascinating point in history for me. And there's a lot of neat things in here about like the ways that Christian practices continued like under such strict uh persecution. Like they hid all kinds of symbols in things. Like there was one picture of the biblical Mother Mary dressed up like drawn in a Chinese style to represent a Buddhist figure, because there was a Buddhist figure, I forget which one it is. Uh Hang on, like Christian Mary disguised as Buddhist figure. Yeah, Canon. Yeah, there's a Buddhist figure that's similar enough to like depictions of Mary that they actually quite often disguised those depictions as that. And I don't know. I just think it's a really fascinating point in history for a lot of reasons, but it's primarily that. And like at the time, like the feudal Japanese persecution of Christians after that is like, how should I put this? It's like notoriously harsh. Like we're talking possibly worse than slavery. Like just torturing people for the chance that they may be that. And it's just, I don't know. I think it's a really fascinating period of history that illustrates that things, the way they were at the time, could very easily not be that way, but not in a good way, I guess I could say. Like the way I've been thinking about it before is like a foreign imperialistic force is overwhelmed by a local imperialistic force that has the ability to enforce that kind of isolation. Sorry, I lost track there. My hand was in front of the camera. But yeah, I just think it's a fascinating period of history for a lot of reasons that should not, under any circumstances, go understudied, because it's. I just think it's neat, and I think feudal Japan is neat. Anyway, here's some pictures of the mountain. Believe it or not, this is an active volcano that erupted as recently as like 96. So yeah, it's cool to see the area. Okay, I didn't expect this song to be on here, but now that I do, I kind of need to sing it. Right. So, having a very strong tone shift, I am going to leave for a minute because you are going to get the first glimpse of what it would be like for me to do a karaoke stream. So, how long is this clip? 3 minutes? Yeah, I'll be back in 4 minutes. Because I cannot handle the cringe. You don't understand. Like, if I was a teenage girl instead of a guy, I would have been such, like, hang on, you'll hear it, you'll hear it. What do these do? I actually don't know. Dear God, I've come to repent my sins. Let your blood wash me clean, for I'm trying to think. I'm a rotten girl. I swore I'd never sin again, but my patience running thin. The temptation going through my veins. I've untied the shackles of shame. I promised I'd indulge no more, but my heart I can't ignore. In my dreams they're turning up the heat. I'm a dirty, rotten girl. On lock, underneath the bleachers. Just watch, look beyond the smoke and mirrors. Heart struck, shun the non-believer. Our operation would never be complete. Red hot, temperature with a whisper. Snapshot, quiet moans and muffled whispers.
thunder. Can you feel the fever rising up to the sky? A test and echo, fearing skin. The Lord saith, hold my child, don't be given to sin. It's driving me crazy, the urge to forsake thee, yet something shifts within this wicked bliss. I swore I'd never sin again, but my patience running thin. Student council breathing down my neck. I wonder if they're hiding from me, forbidden fruits before my eyes, and a taste that's so divine. My regrets rewriting history. I'm a sad, pathetic girl. Someone please tell me what to do, because honestly, I just can't stop. I've been trying so hard and I can't stop. What would God think? And I know I'm supposed to be a good girl, but somehow I just can't control myself. Every time I see them touching skin to skin, my mind goes. Ah, they don't go as hard on the fucking breakdown. That's disappointing, honestly. I mean, this part, the visuals are just so fucking trippy. Like, seriously. You lead us to the light. We'd all be disciples of her lemon-driven vine. Can somebody save me? The urge to forsake thee, still something shifts within this wicked bliss. The power's resting in my hand. I missed it. For my God has other plans. In salvation I can live my life as an ordinary girl. I can't resist it anymore, 'cause I smell slow burn galore. All the trauma from the cobblestone could never be stolen me. And on a sinner till I die. What's the harm if I don't mind? With the paddle that empowers me, I can live a sinful life. Yeah, so as I was saying before, if I was a teenage girl, I would have been such a fucking rotten Fujoshi. It's absurd.
Is it over? Oh, thank God. Yeah, so what do I mean when I say that I would have been a rotten Fujoshi when I was a if I was a teenage girl? I'm gonna let you stew on that for a little. Some questions aren't meant to be answered. Anyway, I think that's about all I have right now. So, all right, I guess I should talk about the plans for the next few streams. Okay, so the next two games that I have lined up are Stellar Blade and Clair Obscur. I don't know which one of them is going to be first, but both of them are supposed to be next at one point. They're in the lineup. They're in like at the top of the lineup. How should I put this? I don't want to start a game and then move in because school will start and then not be able to play it. Like, I don't really know what the network's going to be like, so I'm actually going to hold off on starting either of those until, like, the end of the month, really. Because classes start the last day of the month, or the last week of the month. So, how should I put this? Streams are probably going to be a little more sporadic, still trying to get used to being back home, and they'll probably be a lot more isolated, so not any like series streams. If I feel like it, I may load up Shadow of War or something, but I'm not going to commit to that. Anyway, thanks for sticking around. Sorry for the pointless yapping going on, but hey, let a guy be happy for himself, alright? Anyway, that's about all for today. Till next time. Adios, everyone. Fucked up my own outro.